Ever wondered why no one talks about the machine that quietly solved time nearly 2,000 years before modern clocks existed? No gears ticking behind glass, no pendulum swinging, no electricity, just water. In ancient Alexandria, a simple vessel sat in silence. No sunlight touched it, no hands adjusted it. Hours passed, and the system kept going. Then, without warning, it emptied itself and began again. Not because someone told it to, but because it was designed to. This invention didn't just measure time. It followed rules. It corrected itself. It ran autonomously. And in doing so, it quietly changed how machines would work forever. For most of human history, time was unreliable. Sundials depended on the sun. Clouds broke them. Night made them useless. Seasons warped them. When winter came, the sun's path changed, and hours stretched or shrank without warning. People needed something better. Water clocks seemed like the solution. Let water flow from a container, mark its level, and time would reveal itself. Simple, elegant. But there was a problem. Water doesn't behave evenly. As the water level dropped, pressure decreased. As pressure decreased, flow slowed. That meant early hours passed quickly, while later hours dragged on. Time itself became distorted. Engineers tried compensating. They spaced hour markings unevenly. They added floats. They added weights. Some cultures even let water drip onto sand to leave marks. Every fix solved one issue and created another. And worse, every system depended on people. Someone had to refill it. Someone had to reset it. Someone had to watch it. If no one was there, time stopped. Human oversight was the weak link, and that was unacceptable. In Alexandria, one man began asking a different question. Not, how do we measure time? But, how do we make nature behave predictably? His name was Ctesibius. Ctesibius wasn't just an inventor. He was a student of systems. He studied air pressure, water flow, weight, balance, feedback. He noticed that nature followed rules, even when humans didn't. Water always seeks balance. Air compresses consistently. Gravity never forgets its job. These weren't curiosities to him. They were instructions. If a machine could follow natural rules correctly, it wouldn't need supervision. It would regulate itself. That idea, quiet, subtle, and revolutionary, was the seed of automation. Ctesibius began with the biggest flaw in water clocks: changing pressure. When water drains from a container, flow slows. That's unavoidable. But what if the water level never changed? He added a feeding reservoir above the main chamber. This upper reservoir was kept constantly full. Excess water spilled out through an overflow channel. The result was simple, but profound. The pressure never changed. The flow never slowed. Time stopped lying. For the first time in history, a machine could measure hours evenly, morning or night, summer or winter, sun or clouds. Time became consistent. Humans didn't have to chase it anymore. They could trust it. Below the chamber, Ctesibius placed a float. As water rose, the float rose with it. Attached to the float was a rod. As the rod moved upward, it turned a pointer along a vertical scale. The pointer marked the hours. No human interaction, no correction, no reset. One full rise equaled one full day. The clock moved slowly, steadily, like a living organism breathing time forward. For the first time, humans had created a device that could track time autonomously, moment by moment, without supervision. But Ctesibius wasn't done. Even with constant flow, the system would eventually reach its limit. The chamber would fill. The float would reach the top. Most inventors would stop there. Ctesibius didn't want a machine that worked most of the time. He wanted one that never needed help. So he added something elegant and ruthless in its simplicity. A siphon. A curved tube shaped like an upside-down U. When the water level reached a certain height, gravity took over. The siphon activated. Water rushed out. The chamber emptied itself completely. And then, silence. The cycle began again. No hands, no delays, no mistakes. The clock reset itself, every day, automatically. This was not just measurement anymore. This was self-regulation. But time had another problem. Hours weren't equal throughout the year. In ancient systems, hours stretched in summer and shrank in winter. A summer hour could last 70 modern minutes. A winter hour barely 50. Most clocks ignored this. Ctesibius didn't. He designed a rotating cylinder that turned slowly, once per year. Months were marked vertically, hours were marked horizontally, but the spacing changed by season. As the year progressed, the cylinder adjusted the pointer's movement automatically. The clock adapted to summer and winter without human correction. Imagine living in a world where your clock understood seasons better than people did. You didn't adjust it, it adjusted itself. Even the draining water wasn't wasted. As it flowed out, it turned a small wheel with 6 buckets. Each bucket filled before tipping. Each tip moved gears. Each gear advanced the system slightly. One full cycle equaled 1 day. 365 cycles completed the year. Day by day, month by month, the machine tracked both time and calendar, automatically. No resets, no oversight, no intervention. This device accomplished 3 things no machine had done before. It maintained constant flow. It reset itself automatically. It adapted to seasonal change. It didn't just measure time. It followed rules. It behaved predictably. By definition, this wasn't just a clock. It was the first self-regulating machine in history. A system that sensed conditions, responded mechanically, and corrected itself. The blueprint of automation. There was no electricity, no code, no switches, just water, air, gravity, and understanding. Yet the principles inside this machine are the same ones behind modern engines, thermostats, and automated systems. Input, regulation, feedback, correction. Ctesibius didn't invent a gadget. He demonstrated that machines could behave independently, long before the idea of machines even existed as we understand them today. History remembers famous inventions loudly. This one worked quietly. It didn't conquer land. It didn't destroy cities. It didn't inspire fear. It simply ran, day after day, proving that humans could build systems that obeyed rules better than humans themselves. So here's the question. Is this just a clever clock? Or was it the first true machine? A system that understood conditions and responded without being told? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this amazed you, subscribe for more ancient inventions that quietly shaped the modern world. Because long before automation, long before computers, long before AI, someone in Alexandria already figured out how to make time behave.